Even though I got my own CD, maybe even on TV, there ain't no change in me. I can only be me, me, me. Even though I got my own CD, maybe even on TV, there ain't no change in me. I'm that same OG. I used to love that song by the artist, R&B singer, Genuine when I was growing up. It was called The Same Old G. And in the song, he talks about how no matter what has happened to him in terms of, his life as an R&B singer, he's still the same old G. And that, like at first when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's true. I don't ever want to change when I was a teenager. But then I started to think about it as I got older, and I was like, no, definitely not. I want to change. I want to evolve. Change is the only thing in our lives that is constant, right? Every day we change. Our hair grows a little bit longer. Our nails grow a little bit longer. Our skin may change. Some days we may have pimples. Some days we feel happy. Some days we feel sad. Change is the only thing constant in the world, right? So if that's the case, how do we stay true to who we are? And how do we become our truest selves? How do we become ourselves? That is the question of life. We are often taught to look outside of ourselves for who we are, right? We don't realize that there's a genetic makeup that is unique to who we are. When we are born with a unique DNA that only we have. So when we look outside of ourselves and follow our ego, which tells us you need to be stroked, we need to figure out how we can feel better, and we need to look outside of ourselves to figure out how to feel better. We go to social media, we get double taps, we seek other people's approval, we want other people's opinions, we want people to say we're beautiful, we want to look at everything else outside of ourselves to figure out who we are. That we forget to listen to who we are and listen to the messages that come from within. There's this concept called Saturn Returns. You can Google it, Saturn Returns. And the concept, the idea is for women, especially when women turn 27 years old, they have a major shift in their lives. They go through a major transition. They go through a major breakup. They go through a new career change. When I was 27 years old, I had a realization that I had been living my entire life for other people. Most specifically, I was living my entire life to fulfill the dreams and desires of my parents, right? That's natural. That's what we do, right? Our parents have an idea for us in their heads of how they want us to play out our lives, what they want us to achieve, and we achieve those things because we want to be good kids. We want to be successful in the eyes of our parents. I certainly did. At this time in my life, I was a teacher. I had done everything my parents asked me to do. I had my master's degree. I was a success. But internally, I was freaking miserable. I was spending time drinking my life away and trying to find Band-Aid solutions to cope with my misery. And when I woke up that morning, I realized that something had to change and I could not live like this anymore. And I called the school that I worked for and I quit my job. I was concerned about all the judgment, all the things people would say, that my family would disown me, that they wouldn't approve of me anymore. But all of that wasn't as important as how I felt. And I had to be true to myself. A lot of times we're told that we're selfish right? We're selfish when we take time to care about ourselves, when we take time to do things for ourselves, when we take time out to journey in to who we are. But that's not true. That's not true. Warren Buffett once said, the best investment, the investment that supersedes all other investments, is investing in yourself. Think about that for a minute. This is a billion-dollar man. And he said the best investment that he ever made was investing in himself. So take a minute to think about how you have invested in yourself. What kinds of things have you done to make yourself a better human being? Is it you've taken a class, or you've invested in better friendships, you've let go of certain people, you've taken time out to really carve out your schedule so you can stick to a discipline like going to the gym? These are all investments in yourself. You know, and some of us, we don't even listen to who we are because we have no clue. I know for a long time, once I quit teaching, I had no clue who I was beyond labels. I had no clue who I was outside of my master's degree, outside of my teaching degree, outside of, you know, the jobs that I had held, the college that I went to. I didn't know who Julia was. I had no idea. And that was the first time I realized that. And I had to really sit with myself and figure it out. And how do you figure out how to be yourself? Well, there's no way to figure out how to be yourself. There's no specific book that tells you how to be yourself. There's no book that says how to be Julia. So I was stuck for a while. I didn't know what to do. I looked for people who looked like me, who thought like me. I looked for my tribe. But I had to realize that what was most important was within me. All the answers that I needed were within myself. You know when you're brushing your teeth and an idea comes to you? Or you're in the shower and this epiphany, this reflection comes to you. And you're like, wait a minute. Oh, okay, that's what I need to be doing. Do you ever think, where do those ideas come from? Those ideas come from within, from the inner voice that is connected to the universe. Now, maybe for some of you, what I'm saying right now sounds a little crazy, right? But whatever you believe in, whatever God that you pray to, whether it's the universe, whether it's Jesus, whatever it is that you believe in, there is a higher source above us. There is a higher source that is in control of helping to shape who we are, right? If you look at birth, birth is such a miracle. Inside of ourselves, as women, we're able to birth new life. And as people inside of ourselves, we are able to birth new ideas. You are put on this earth to create something. And that is your unique gift. And when you figure out that unique gift, honey, you are aligned with your true path. So this September, I happened to be surfing the internet. And do people still say that? And I was surfing the internet and I was researching different things because I was trying to figure out my next steps, trying to figure out who I am, what I want to do, what my unique abilities are. And I don't know how this happened, I promise you. I came across this video, and I don't know what I clicked, but it guided me to this website, and it said, Speak to Inspire. And I clicked on the introduction of the video, and it was a public speaking class that sought to help people who wanted to use their voice as an instrument to inspire the world. And I knew in that instant, I knew that that was what I needed to do. And then I looked at the price and I said, oh, okay, this is over $1,000. I don't have that right now. I didn't have it. And so the naysayer in me, the ego that wants to keep me safe and fearful so I survive in me said, oh, well, that would have been cool. Forget it. And I sat down and I felt that feeling of discouragement, and I felt that feeling of not being true to myself, and I felt that feeling of hopelessness, what you feel when you're not being true to yourself, when you're not being true to who you are. And then I sat with it for a moment. And a voice whispered to me, ask your mom. Now, did I want to ask my mom for help? No, of course I didn't want to ask my mom for help. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to do things on my own, but I swallowed my pride and I looked at it as a business transaction. I looked at it as my mom being an investor. And I set up a business plan and I pitched the idea as to why this class was a good investment for her and a good investment in me. And she said yes. I had to swallow my pride, listen to that whisper, and follow that path. And that's what we have to do to get closer to who we are, who you are. You have to listen to that voice from within. Everything else is a distraction. We get signs, we get messages all the time, but we ignore them. And that's what keeps us the same. That's what keeps us in the same spot. That's what keeps us from evolving. Listen to the voice within. That voice is greater than any doubt, any ego, any sort of negativity that you may feel. It is more powerful. It knows the right way. It knows who you are more than you know who you are. And that class, that was the best investment I've ever made in myself, because it's getting me closer and closer to my true self, to who I really am. Was it a scary class? Is it scary to put myself out there? Yeah. But because I took that class, now I am where I am now. And I'm able to do these videos with you all. There is no book that will tell you who you are. You have to just go through it. You have to live your life. You have to accept that the journey of life is getting you closer and closer to who you are. Always be listening to the signs. If you don't journal, start. Even if you have a little post-it, set of post-its by your bed, and you write down ideas that come to you every time they come to you. Or if you don't want to have post-its, use your phone. Use your phone. We're blessed with technology now that we can use our phones to record our ideas. Everyone has a voice memo in their phone. When an idea comes to you, record that idea into your phone and replay it when you have quiet time, and then in your journal, reflect on it. That is the way that you get closer to yourself every day. When you have dreams and you remember those dreams, because some dreams we don't remember, but when you do have dreams that you remember and it's a significant part of your morning experience, when you wake up or you're going through your day and you have a flashback to that dream, write down that dream. Write down exactly what happened and figure out what those messages mean. Dream interpretation is important. It can help you get closer to where you need to be and who you are. Invest in yourself. It is the biggest and most important investment that you will make. Yes, you have responsibilities outside of yourself. You have your job. You have your family. You have your kids. That is important. But what is most important in order to create a successful life for yourself, a life that is full of abundance where you can truly nurture and help others, is to nurturing and helping yourself. So tonight, I want you to do something for me. What I want you to do for me tonight is I want you to think about your life, and I want you to think about 3 things in your life that you've done to evolve. What were those major changes, major evolutions in your life? And how did those major changes in your life, those steps that you took to evolve, how did they change your life for the better? Then I want you to think about present day, right now, what you're going through right now, your current situation. And I want you to think about how you're evolving and what steps you can take to help bring your life to the next level. What investment, what major investment can you make to get your life to the next level and bring yourself closer to who you are? You can change your life because you can invest in yourself and invest in your journey. It all starts with you. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your day and be true to yourself. Thank you for listening.